Before Dark Souls reshaped gaming, several PS2 titles quietly laid the foundation for its punishing combat, cryptic lore, and haunting atmosphere. These games demanded precision, patience, and guts. While not labeled Souls-like at the time, their design DNA resonates deeply with fans of From Software's brutal legacy.
Control.
Shadow Tower Abyss, developed by From Software and released only in Japan, Shadow Tower Abyss is a true prototype of what would become Demon's Souls. With haunting sound design, claustrophobic dungeons, and brutal difficulty, this first-person RPG strips away handholding and throws you into a decaying world full of grotesque horrors. Every weapon deteriorates, every choice matters, and death lurks around every corner. Healing is scarce and an enemies hit hard. It's a test of endurance and spatial awareness. You'll explore a mysterious tower, gradually descending into madness, all while piecing together the cryptic story from item descriptions and NPCs. A full fan translation is now available, making it playable in English. If you want the purest pre-Souls experience, this is it. Raw, unpolished, and unforgettable. Another From Software gem, Kingsfield 4 is a slow, deliberate, and brutally atmospheric first-person RPG. You don't hack and slash, you measure, pace, and survive. It's infamous for its sluggish movement and methodical combat, but that's part of the charm. You're not a hero here. You're fragile, lost and vulnerable. The world is grim, steeped in ancient curses and forgotten gods. The narrative unfolds through cryptic messages, silent ruins, and mysterious artifacts. Combat rewards timing and positioning, while exploration offers tension, fear, and occasional awe. If Dark Souls is a marathon, Kingsfield 4 is an uphill crawl through a fog-covered graveyard. Not for the impatient, but for those who appreciate dread-filled pacing and silent storytelling, this is a must-play relic. Shadow of the Colossus. A spiritual predecessor to Soulsborne design, Shadow of the Colossus delivers emotional weight through minimalism. No towns, no side quests, just 16 towering colossi in a barren land, each a puzzle and a boss fight in one. The game's desolate atmosphere, melancholic tone, and stark visuals set the stage for deeply reflective gameplay. Each encounter demands skill and observation, blending platforming with tense, tactical climbing. The soundtrack swells dramatically during fights, then falls silent as you watch the aftermath in quiet despair. Shadow of the Colossus isn't about leveling up. It's about personal cost, sacrifice, and the slow descent of a man on a doomed mission. If you have come this far, don't forget to give me a like and subscribe so my channel can get some more views thanks to you. Unlike its predecessors, Dawn of Dreams leans into deeper RPG elements while keeping Onimusha's brutal samurai combat. You'll fight demons across war-torn Japan, managing skill trees, item crafting, and party-based strategy. Combat is swift but unforgiving. You'll need to dodge, parry, and strike with precision. Boss fights can be brutal, forcing mastery of mechanics and positioning. The world is bleak, gothic, and layered with political and spiritual rot. Think Dark Souls with a Sengoku twist. The story is more cinematic than typical Souls fare, but it's equally steeped in fate, corruption, and mystical decay. While earlier Onimusha entries are shorter, Dawn of Dreams stretches into full-action RPG territory, making it ideal for Souls-like fans craving depth, skill-based swordplay, and grim Japanese folklore. Rygar offers a blend of action combat, exploration, and mythical setting, making it an unexpected Souls-adjacent gem. Armed with the Discremor, a chained shield weapon, you fight titanic beasts inspired by Greco-Roman mythology. The game rewards timing, spacing, and pattern recognition, especially in its boss battles. The ruined cityscapes and ancient temples feel like early prototypes of areas in Demon's Souls. Rygar leans more into spectacle than dread, but its core gameplay loop, explore, fight, upgrade, fits perfectly into the Souls-like rhythm. It doesn't hold your hand, and getting cocky in combat will lead to punishment. It may not be as brooding or oppressive, but Rygar delivers tight combat, epic settings, and challenge, enough to earn its place here. Chaos Legion. This gothic action game from Capcom mixes brutal swordplay with AI-controlled legions you summon in battle. The aesthetic is pure Souls, twisted architecture, apocalyptic stakes, and monstrous enemies. The challenge lies in managing both your main character and your summoned units. Timing attacks while dodging overwhelming foes is It's not as subtle or methodical as Dark Souls, but it punishes recklessness and rewards patience. The narrative is drenched in sin, redemption, and arcane powers, with a protagonist weighed down by guilt. Classic Souls themes. Though more linear than open-ended Souls games, its harsh learning curve and oppressive environments earn its spot. If you're craving a more combat-heavy but spiritually aligned experience, Chaos Legion will test your skill and your resolve. Forgotten Realms. Set in the Dungeons & Dragons universe, Demonstone features 3 swappable heroes, Fighter, Rogue, and Mage, each with distinct mechanics. Combat is fast but unforgiving, especially on higher difficulties. You'll face massive monsters and magical constructs in dark forests, crumbling castles, and arcane ruins. The story, narrated by Patrick Stewart, is epic yet grim. Though more linear than Souls-likes, it captures the scale, mood, and challenge of a dark fantasy odyssey. The game's biggest Souls-like trait? Momentum matters. Charging ahead without planning gets you killed. Picking your battles and switching characters at the right moment becomes crucial. It may not offer leveling or weapon builds, but the tone and tension echo the kind of fights Souls fans crave. Shinobi doesn't look like a Souls-like at first glance. It's flashy, fast, and stylized, but its unrelenting difficulty and life-or-death tension say otherwise. Every enemy can kill you fast. The game rewards spacing, precision, and timing, much like Souls combat does. Boss fights are merciless, requiring intense focus and pattern recognition. Environments are bleak and minimalist, adding to a sense of isolation. The sword you wield drains your life unless you keep slaying, introducing a stamina-like mechanic where pressure is constant. While it lacks the RPG systems of Souls games, it delivers the same heart-pounding learn-or-die loop. Shinobi is for players who want the pain, the pressure, and the satisfaction of mastering a brutal combat system. Clover Studio's God Hand is absurd, hilarious, and ridiculously hard. Beneath the humor lies a system just as punishing and rewarding as any Souls-like. You dodge, weave, and counter enemy attacks in tight corridors, and every misstep means disaster. There's no blocking, just perfect movement. You'll earn money, buy upgrades, and develop your own combo set, making build customization similar to Souls in its depth. Combat is weighty and personal, with intense one-on-one fights that test timing and adaptation. Its difficulty scales dynamically, punishing cockiness and rewarding focus. While stylistically different, more grindhouse than Gothic God Hand demands the same mental discipline and mastery that Souls fans cherish. If you have come this far, don't forget to give me a like and subscribe so my channel can get some more views thanks to you. Before Souls was a genre, these PS2 titles carried its spirit. Brutal, atmospheric, and rich with challenge, they shaped what was to come. Seek them out. Survive their trials.
Control.